Whether you're traveling on business or pleasure, Hyatt Place San Antonio Airport is the right place for you. Enjoy a complimentary hot skillet breakfast, parking, and Wi-Fi. Centrally located, the hotel is a mile from the airport, great shopping, restaurants, and just minutes from downtown San Antonio. Make Hyatt Place your place.
Obviously, you can't have it. And we haven't had it all year, so that's something we got to do better and we didn't execute. The tempo, we had a lot of success in the first half, obviously scoring 31 points. Came out in the second half, we still wanted to be in attack mode, but be smart, and help out our defense and control the clock, but pick and choose when we're going to slow it down. I got to give TCU a lot of credit. They made some adjustments. They did some good things in the second half, and so they made a couple more plays than we did. That won the football game, and we, as an offense, we got to do a better job of executing. There were a couple of times we always talk about we're not going to beat ourselves, whether it's a fumbled snap, which has nothing to do with our opponent, or a drop ball, and we had, I think, one or two penalties. That stuff's hard to overcome, especially against a good football team, and it's not characteristic of our guys.
First time you were ever calling plays, and then starting quarterback goes out, starting center goes out. What kind of adjustments were you trying to make, this being your first time calling plays?
As far as the injuries, we still maintain the same game plan. We're in attack mode. And, the only thing that kind of made the game plan change a little bit was the clock and the situation in long yards, because we had a couple fumble snaps, and so those change what you're calling. But as far as Vernon going down and center and whoever else got hurt, we didn't keep track of all the guys that got hurt. But we kept on sticking with the way we prepared and what we thought was going to work. And I was really proud of our guys that they kept competing. We could definitely execute better, but they competed till the end.
I'm sure you've already talked about this previously, but when you operate out of the shotgun and you are having trouble with snaps, how do you try to work around it? Like you said, how do you try to mitigate it?
Well, we're 100% in shotgun, so for us it would have been a little more problematic if we probably would have got under center, because we just don't practice it. We want to stick with what we do. And at the end of the day, if we practice something and we rep it in everything we do all year round, and we don't execute it, we can live with that. But we don't want to try to invent something new, that we hadn't practiced, just to put a Band-Aid on a problem.
But even within the shotgun, were there ways you could have worked around it, or at that point you just handcuffed by you have to get the ball to the quarterback?
You got to be able to get the ball to the quarterback. And the biggest thing is, keep the confidence in those guys and tell them, hey, we got confidence. We're going to believe in you. We're still going to line up and play the next play. And, for the most part, we did have how many snaps we had. I lost track, but
18 in the second half.
How many?
18 in the second half.
18 fumbled snaps in the second half?
No, just snaps, period.
Oh, 18 snaps. Well, that's not a good stat either. But yeah, you just move on and play the next play.
Matt, at halftime, were you aware that Vernon was not going to play the second half? And how did that immediately change things? And what conversations did you have with Jeff at that point?
Well, I found out at halftime, and I just went and told Jeff, hey, Jeff, we believe in you. This is what we're seeing. You practiced as hard as anybody, and you're prepared, and you're a veteran guy, and knows offense as well as anybody, and looked him in the eye and said, we believe in you. And you were ready to roll.
Last question.
How much harder is it to stay in a rhythm when the offense, like Andrew previously mentioned, is just not getting on the field? In the third quarter, it seemed like there was a 10-minute period where the offense just wasn't on the field, and added with a guy like Lockie who doesn't get much time. Does that make it even more difficult?
Yeah, anytime they did a good job of controlling the ball, and it does. When you're not on the field, it's hard to get a rhythm, but then on our behalf, when we're on the field, we got to convert third downs, and we got to keep the ball. So it's a double-edged sword. But TCU deserves a lot of credit because they played well, they never quit, and they're a good football team. And I've said this a couple times, they made a couple more plays than we did. That's what happened.